Hello, thank you. Thank you for coming today and joining Dr. Anna Aguayo Bryant and myself, Kim Cook, with Coffee with the Advocates. Welcome, everyone, and thank you very much for being here. We are honored to share our information with you and how important not only for your child's academic success, but also for the emotional, social, and developmental growth of the summer months ahead of you.
Yeah,
We
Kim,
are advocates.
okay,
What?
go ahead. Oh, Kim, I just want to tell you, yeah, this is a
Yeah,
really slow time for kids. So I'm happy that you're joining us today.
definitely. Thank you, Anna.
Mhm.
Advocates for the Whole Child. It's an educational advocacy organization that supports you, are the families, to navigate the educational system, child development concerns, and special education services in the public school system. We work collaboratively with you and the school districts to ensure that your child receives the support that they need both inside and outside of the classroom.
Mhm.
Today, Dr. Anna Agua and I will be discussing the importance of balancing screen time, encouraging outdoor learning,
Mhm.
and helping children continue developing critical life and social skills during the summer break. Today, we talk about the challenge of screen time. The challenge of screen time is so important because kids love to be on the screen and they are introduced to screens at a very, very young age. And this makes it to them that being on the screen and having lots of screen time is okay. But parents, it's not okay. It really affects the kids. And there's so many other things that our families have stopped doing. And I'd like to talk to you about those, what we should be doing instead of sitting on the screen. One of the biggest concerns today, if you notice it, a lot of in our news is we hear how completely absorbed children are with the tablets, the phones, and video games during family outings
Mhm.
at restaurants. I see it, Anna. I see it all the time in restaurants.
Yep.
Kids in front of their screen instead of interacting with the family. Sporting events. Maybe we have Enrique at a soccer game or a baseball game, and then we have Joey, his brother, on the screen time.
Mhm.
And then social gatherings. And that's an important time because that's a time where they're practicing their social skills that it's needed for school, maybe. So we really need to understand that as parents, we need to have a balance and encourage our children to participate in real world experiences instead of sitting on their screen looking at a video game or YouTube or Instagram. We need to create a healthy balance for them.
Mhm.
And then I will now have Anna lead the next discussion.
Thanks, Kim. And I think that's right. Perfect. What I'm going to be covering is we recognize, that screen time, like Kim mentioned, is just taking over like the family conversations. There's no conversations. I mean, it's like, here's a tablet, keep yourself busy, and there's little engagement. So my topic, or just to continue the conversation, it has to do about like what opportunities are there, right? When the kids are bored, instead of giving them a tablet, what can you do as a parent to engage them? And you don't even have to go far. So if you have a yard, you might want to start, doing growing some herbs with your children, some plants with your children, starting a butterfly garden and things that they are going to see grow, things that they're going to see produce. So it takes out like the boredom. You could have them do a research. If you do say, for example, start like a butterfly garden, like what kind of butterflies do we want to attract? What kind of milkweed do you need to get to purchase, and where should you go purchase it to grow your butterfly? Like that's just one example, but it's so important that when a child is bored, that you give them an opportunity to be engaged, to get out there, to do critical thinking, to be with the outdoors, taking them to the local parks, taking them to the library, but the library already offers a lot of different activities. So it's not just reading the books, but they might have like a story time. So it's just engaging that child in more than just here's a tablet, let me just keep you busy. No, it's making sure that that child is engaged, that they're critical thinking, that they're solving things. And again, just by getting a small little plant at the dollar store, at the, like the Dollar Tree, and buying the little potting soil, just having that child create something and then they take ownership of it, right? That really helps a child evolve and gets them engaged. So the outdoors becomes a classroom to that child. That child,
Anna,
yes.
Anna, when you were young, did you ever tell your parents you were bored?
Well, we did, but my parents was like, "Well, get busy, do the chores."
Yep.
That's
Yep.
that was my parents like, "Oh, really? You're bored? Okay, no problem. Let me get you busy. We need help, folding clothes or raking up the leaves." And so yeah, there was like you did not want to tell your parents you were bored, and there was definitely no screen time. And back then, TVs, we definitely had like one or two TVs. We didn't have our own TVs at that
Yeah.
time. So
Yes.
we had to like share. So that was something that my parents were like, we want to watch your show. Okay, well, who's going to watch whatever time? And so we
Yes.
picked our favorite shows, and that was our time to watch TV. So we had to learn how to share things. And that's
Yes.
another thing that, with families, there's not a lot of sharing. Everyone gets their own individual.
Yep.
So I think that is something that, it might be that you do have the financial resources to make sure that every child has a tablet or has a TV. But, one thing that helps with their social skills is like sharing, making sure like checking in and seeing, what would they like to share with their siblings? What would they like to share with their friends? Because it's part of giving and receiving for them to really have that opportunity. I mean, volunteering,
Yes.
that
It's
could
so
be
important to
another.
volunteer.
Yeah, it could be that you spend $20 a month and you make sandwiches and then you go around the different places that that there's homeless, unhealthy individuals, and you could just distribute them. And that could be a point of giving. But again, the key thing is how do you engage your child? How do you make sure that that boredom becomes an opportunity to be engaged, and to really not sit there in front of a tablet, but to really get to know the outdoors, get to know, just like I said, growing a plant or giving back to the community. You just want to start making those values in your child instead of just handing over a
Yeah.
tablet.
Those
So,
are such important things to think about.
mhm,
I remember, I could say, I remember when my kids were going, and that was the beginning stages of the tablet and the cell phone. And I used to want my kids to be in the same room watching TV because when you're in the room, at least if you're all watching TV the same, you're interacting also. And
mhm,
that leads into social skills. It's really important, parents, that our kids really learn how to practice communication,
mhm,
teamwork, conflict resolution,
mhm,
and friendship building. Sometimes kids these days, they're so into their tablet or their cell phone that they're one not building those friendships, and that's really hard. That's really crucial for when they go into the workforce and they need to learn to work well with their peers. Conflict resolution. I might get in an argument with you, Anna, but we're going to work it out.
mhm,
We're going to understand each other. We're going to give each other time to talk. And we're going to, as that other person, as Anna's talking, I'm listening.
mhm,
And when and our children are in front of of social media, they're not interacting and understanding how to resolve conflict resolution. And summer break, parents, summer break, this is a time where really you really can use this time with your children. I know we're all working and during the day, but some of us can cut back, or maybe in the morning when we get up, we have that interaction with our kids, or at dinner time, we have that interaction with our kids to show them that's a great opportunity to continue the development of social skills. And that's really important when they're put into camps. Camps, they're learning how to do conflict resolution. They're learning teamwork. They're learning how to communicate with one another instead of just sitting in front of a tablet or telephone.
Mhm.
So parents are really, we're here today to help you with what to do with your children when all they want is that cell phone. All they want is that tablet.
Mhm.
Show them other things. If we don't show them that we can go to the library, that we could go outside. Anna, what games did you play when you were young and in the summertime?
Well, I was very lucky that there was a
Okay.
park down the street from our house that
Oh,
had a lake.
mhm. Oh, wow.
So we were really, really excited because that park, we would all like take our, like what we were bringing to the park to try to catch some fish, which was catch and release. But we learned very quickly that we had to get our permits through the city, and then we would get our little buckets, and we would go down there, like all the kids in the neighborhood, and when all of us say, okay, you ask your parents for this, and you ask your parents for that, and we would all bring our portion and go fishing. And then we also had a public swimming pool. So after we were done fishing in the morning, then we would go to the pool, and the pool will stay open till like 6 o'clock. So we were there for hours after that, and so I was just very fortunate that where I lived there was two parks right down the street from my house that I was able to do that. And then the public swimming pool was just amazing, just to be able to, all of us would go back home, change into our swimsuits, and head to the public pool. And it was just such a great time. And just so many great memories. And then one thing that I just thought about,
Yeah.
especially with like, you have that, like, especially not even in a month from now, we'll be officially in the summer, right? I believe it's June 21st when we're officially in summer. You have longer evenings. So instead of cooking, make sandwiches and have everyone contribute to making
Yep.
sandwiches. And as a family, go have a sandwich at the park. Um,
Absolutely.
we definitely do that. My partner and I, my husband and I, we actually go to the park and we'll just have a sandwich and we'll just be spending time at the park. But that could be something. A lot of parks, by the way, offer like movie nights. But
Yes, they do
that could
now.
be part of the planning, like how the kids help prepare like the sandwiches if you want, or the meals that you want to have at the park. Like you have one of them get the blankets, the pillows, so everyone is contributing to this one event and they're all free. And it's kind of nice to come around in the community and then say, oh, I see my neighbors, they're watching the movies. So that's something that's kind of fun, like the movies at the park. And all the movies at the park, they're always like, family movies. So it's just a great time to come and enjoy with your kids. But it's a way to get everyone involved in the planning.
Absolutely. It's very important, and it's a very great way to get everybody in the household to
Mhm.
a community to go out and be together. So Anna and I really want you to take back, if you know anybody who needs support for the summer, please let them know about Advocates for the Whole Child. We are here to empower you in what you need, when your needs with your children. And if you like this video, please pass it along.
Mhm.
We are on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and let us know if there's anything we can do to assist you.
I want to bring up a quick slide. It is just
Oh,
a quick second, so don't
great.
log off, but this is kind of
Stay
how,
with us.
stay with us. But this is how you contact us. Let me go, every time you're working with technology, let me go back. Uh,
Great. Thank you, Anna.
mhm. So I'm going to share my screen. but please contact us. So, we really are available. We also offer workshops. So just another mention, we have workshops on a weekly basis. And if you want to learn about IEPs, if you want to learn how to support your child, we offer 3 levels, 3 tiers of courses, and they're offered weekly. So please make sure you join. But this is our contact information. And you know Kim and I, and then contact at advocatesforthewholechild.com. So feel free to give us, reach out to us if you have any questions. Our website is advocatesforthewholechild.com, but if you need to email us, it's contact at advocates. So with that, we want to thank you,
Thank
Kim.
you for being here today.
Hmm.
And we'll be here every Thursday.
Hmm. Thank you, everyone.